and it's letting me go live. So let's alter that a little bit. Take Corinda's comment off the screen, and I'm just waiting for the signal to arrive. I've got something stuck out the back of my head. Just a minute. I'm going to put that over there. Okay, and then we're good. And I can go live on Amazon. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody on Amazon, and welcome to today's broadcast. It's Wednesday. It's 9 a.m. Eastern. It's 2 p.m. in the UK. And I've got a friend with me today who's saying hello. I'm live on Amazon Live, which is where my focus is. And Corinda is saying it's found a new platform, which is like Amazon, but different. Okay. Well, as we're on Amazon today, if you could tell me in Messenger afterwards, that would be good. Thank you. Because we're actually on Amazon Live today. I got to say that I actually totally enjoy being on Amazon Live, and the ability to actually tell my stories and to talk about the equipment I use. Now about that, and I'm just waiting about that. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you. If you want to get the full Amazon Live experience, the link to Amazon Live is up above. And if you click that link, that will take you to amazon.com/live and to this broadcast. So you'll see me on Amazon. I'm just still blown away by the fact that I actually am on amazon.com. A Brit broadcasting to Amazon. Absolutely brilliant. So let's get the show underway. And thank you, Corinda, for actually joining on Facebook Live. I'm just waiting to see. Right. Okay. And hello, Amazon, at last. We can say hello to Amazon. And if you're watching on Amazon, thank you. Just by way of what you can do whilst you're watching me live, you can browse the items in the carousel. Now, there are 36 of them. I will talk about 10 of them during the broadcast itself. You can scroll and you can look around. The second thing is, if you like what you see in the broadcast, then you can follow me. If you follow me, then you'll get notified of future broadcasts. Simple as that. I do not get your details or email address. Amazon keep all that, and all you need to do is look out for the email which will come and be sent to you just before I go live next time, which will be tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern again. And you can decide whether you want to join me or not. And finally, you'll see down the right-hand side of the screen the ability to actually put comments. And if you've got any questions about anything that I'm talking about, then please do ask or just say hello. I mean, this, besides being sort of an Amazon Live production, this is the opportunity to actually network and get to know more about each other. And that's the way I've always done it in live video. Let's catch up with Corinda. And Corinda is saying, any new item? Possibly. You have to wait and see. And on Amazon, there are always new items on Amazon, different items every day. And I'm looking forward to actually adding a few over the Christmas period. Now, what I'm going to look at today is gifts that you can give to family and friends, and possibly to yourself, which will have a positive effect on what you do in 2022. Now, the first one of those is down in the carousel at the moment. And thank you for watching an Amazon Live. And say hello to Corinda, who's actually testing Amazon Live and seeing that it works. So thank you for watching. The first item I want to talk about this afternoon, or this morning, depending where we are, is this. I'm actually going to take it off my wrist. And this is my Fitbit. Now, I get told what people actually buy after watching my live broadcasts. And a lot of people are actually buying Fitbits. Okay, and this is the Fitbit Inspire 2, and I can prove that it's live by switching it on, and it's actually showing the time. Okay, so the Fitbit Inspire 2. This is the 4th Fitbit I've ever had, and it's obviously the best. Now, the reason I use a Fitbit is to actually keep fit. I'm very lucky to be located in Devizes in England, which is about half an hour from Stonehenge, if you want to put it, and 120 miles from London. And I'm not going to walk to London, but I do use the Fitbit to actually measure my steps every day because it's important. Advertising says that you should do 10,000 steps a day. That is an advertising slogan. It's not the reality. You can walk as many steps as you want to do. Now, as a guide, 2,000 steps is 1 mile. So if you walk 2,000 steps, you're walking 1 mile. If you don't even go out during the day, walking around the house, getting up and down, going up and down stairs, going in the kitchen, going wherever you've got to go, you'll do about 1 mile a day. That's a good start. So, and the Fitbit will measure every single step that you do. Now, I've set myself a target of 8,000 steps a day, which is 4 miles a day. And most days, I actually manage to do that, even in winter. I mean, it's devilishly cold outside at the moment, but we are heading into winter, so can't complain. But the Inspire 2 becomes a way of life. I put this Fitbit on at when I get out of bed, and I take it off when I go to bed at night. So it's on my wrist all day, measuring my activity. Now, walking is one of the simplest things that we can do. I'm very lucky. Living in Wiltshire, close to me is the Kennington. Let's put the watch back on. It is a watch too. Is the Kennington Avon Canal, which joins up the River Avon in Bristol with the River Thames in London, and it was built, or it was created, to actually allow barges to travel from Bristol to London, carrying cargo which had come over on ships from the States. So you've got a ship, leaves America, arrives in Bristol, the goods are offloaded, they're put onto barges, and the barges sail all the way up to London. And that's how commerce worked in the 1700s. Land in Bristol, on a barge, to London. Now, I've got a section of that canal, 10 minutes walk away from me, and I can go walking, and generally speaking, what I try and do, because remember, if you're walking out, you've got to be able to walk back. So I walk 6 miles out, 6 miles back. So that's 12,000, well, it's 24,000 steps, 12 miles. And that's great exercise, because basically walking alongside the canal, you're out in the open countryside, not near any roads or any traffic. And it's just simply bliss is the word. And I do have my earbuds with me, and I'll show you those later. But the Fitbit, this watch, he said, showing it off, this watch, I'm going to switch cameras if I can. Just give me a second. I may be able to switch cameras. Right, okay. So I'm not desperately, but I am trying to actually, there it is, found it. Okay, so if I bring this up on screen and I go like that, this Fitbit watch is a way of life. Getting the watch is the first thing, but the next thing is that you go to Fitbit.com. Now, Fitbit.com is owned by Google. Okay, Google bought the company. It likes the Fitbit so much that Google bought the company. And on Fitbit.com, you have a community, and you can join the community and meet like-minded souls and make friends, all because you enjoy walking. And you can take part in challenges. There is a weekend challenge, which is Saturday and Sunday, and a weekday challenge, which is Monday through Friday. And obviously, Monday through Friday, we're all working, so we don't get as many steps, which is why there are 2 separate challenges. The idea, of course, is to get to the top of the leaderboard, but I'm not going to get there. I sort of go about the middle of the leaderboard, and I'm happy with that. But what you're getting is a group of people who become friends through walking and all encourage each other. So if you're looking for a fitness routine in 2022, or you want to help one of your friends get fit in 2022, then I can say that a Fitbit is a great way to do it, okay? Because it's the motivation you're seeking, yeah? The motivation is on the watch because you can actually track the number of steps you do a day. Motivation is on the website because that will tell you how many steps you've done today, how many steps you've done this week, this month, this year, okay? It will also give you access to a community. Now, you bought the Fitbit, and just while I'm talking about that, you bought the Fitbit, and wow. It's not often I actually say wow, but I'm saying wow now. The Fitbit Inspire 2, which I've just been talking about, is down the carousel. It's $69.95, and it's 30% off. So it's 30% off today. How do you loosen it when it's tight? Asked Corinda. Okay, just to go with the strap for a moment. Let's just take this off again. Okay. So the Fitbit is actually the central unit, and then you've got the watch strap, because this is a watch. It's a heart monitor. It's a step counter, and it has a strap. Now the strap has holes on, so you can loosen it and tighten it as you wish, and you just put it onto your wrist, like so. I'm hopeless at demonstrations, but I will try. I'm trying to talk to you at the same time as putting my watch on. Men do not multitask well at times. So you just pull that through, tighten it up so it's on your wrist, put it through, and there you have it. And you can probably do that a lot quicker than I can, especially Corinda, you'd be dab hand at that. So that's it. That's the Fitbit, and it's 30% off today. And it is a great present to actually give somebody over the festive season. One, because they won't expect it. Nobody expects a Fitbit. I mean, it's a gift that will give health in 2022. It's as simple as that. Since I started walking, I'm not going to quote any figures, but I'm going to tell you that I have lost weight since I started walking seriously. I take part in marathons, walking marathons, not running marathons. I'm happy to have got 6 medals for walking from Avebury to Stonehenge, 26 miles, 385 yards. We used to do that every year. Basically, Salisbury Plain is an MOD facility, Ministry of Defence. It's where the army do their training. That's training in platoons, and also it's the firing range for the tanks. Okay, now, because it's live ammunition, the actual area is closed to the public apart from 2 days a year. And we had special dispensation the organisers had special dispensation to do a walk from Avebury to Stonehenge going across Salisbury Plain. But the military decided that we couldn't do it anymore. So I'm still looking for a new walking marathon. If anybody knows of any in the Wiltshire area, then please do let me know. I'd love to get out and about. Okay, so my first gift of the day, to give to yourself, or to give to a friend, or to give to family, is the Fitbit. It's down the carousel, and if you want any more information, then click the link in the carousel. That will take you to the Amazon.com page for Fitbit. You'll see this Fitbit, and you'll see a range of Fitbits. Okay, and this is, as I said, this is my 4th in 8 years. They do keep them up to date. They bring out new models, so there may well be a newer model there if you go and have a look. And they are good company. They were good before Google bought them. They're very considerate of their users. The Fitbit.com site is very well designed and well maintained. And once you've got your Fitbit, you become part of the Fitbit.com ecosystem. And it is quite easily the simplest way to get fit. You just walk out your door, Fitbit's already counting as soon as you take your first step. and that. Now, in that area, if you are going to take walking seriously, then might I suggest one thing? Let me just go over here. What I'm going to do, if you're thinking of taking up walking seriously, I don't want you to go here now, but if you make a note of this, then your walking will be even more productive. I'm just going to add a title in here, and excuse me a moment while I type. And I need to get the case right, otherwise you won't be able to understand what I'm saying. I hate when it's right. So slowly. Okay, so more information coming through. If you've got a Fitbit, then do get My Walk to go with it. My Walk allows you to not only, it doesn't just count steps, it actually tracks where you're going via GPS. So when you've been out for a walk, you've actually got a map of exactly where you've been, which you can share with other people, which you can post to Facebook, post to Twitter. So Map My Walk, if you check that out after this broadcast, I'll do a video about it. You can always find me. Who am I, by the way, if you just walked in? My name is Stephen Healey, and I am based in the UK. I'm an Amazon influencer. Live broadcasting is my thing. I want to say, okay, I'm going to go up here. Welcome to the show. I'll check my name off for a second. And the show is Lights, Camera, Action, which is everything about live broadcasting and action. And it's the action bit that covers everything. It's the action bit that covers the Fitbit. Okay. Being active is the key. And just to confirm, you are watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. And Wiltshire is a wonderful county. It's the home of Stonehenge, of Avebury, of Salisbury. And it's just a wonderful place to live. I mean, prior to this, I've lived in Stratford-on-Avon and in my hometown of Burnley in Lancashire, which is 20 miles north of Manchester. I think Manchester United. So that's that. I just want to say thank you for actually watching this live broadcast. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you spending your time. Now, next, where shall we go next? Next, I'm going to go, we're talking about gifts. So the next thing I'm going to go to is this. I've just highlighted it down in the carousel. So it is in the carousel. So if you get down to the carousel before me, you'll see it. But I just want to cursor along until I find it. Yes. Okay. I'm going to put that in. Right. Basically, I'm broadcasting from Be.Live. Right, this is not OBS, this is Be.Live, and that means I can do all sorts of wonderful things during a live sales broadcast. I can show images, which we've already done, and I can play videos, which we're going to do in a moment. Now, one of my favorite pieces of kit, which is somewhere around, oh, just a minute, I'm back. Okay, is this. Okay, what is it, you ask? Well, it's got a base, yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras. Okay, so you can actually see it a little bit better. Okay, so now you can see it in its entirety. And this is why I've got the two cameras on Be.Live. This is a stand, but it's like no other stand. This is an Apivo stand. And the basic thing about it is it is solid and weighty. The base, I'm actually, when I'm doing that, I'm actually weightlifting. Yeah, I want to go to the side. So I'm going to go there. Whilst we're here, before I talk about the stand a bit more, on the door, you'll see an Under Armour rucksack, which is my rucksack of choice. Next to that, you'll see an iPad stand, which is down the carousel. It extends to 5'6", and therefore you can actually broadcast stood up. Behind me directly is my softbox, which provides my lighting, and of course, my Logitech green screen. Now, this, that, and that you'll find down the carousel. So if you want to flick along through the carousel, click the link, it'll take you to the page. You pay the price that's in the carousel whilst I'm live. That price will change after I'm live. If there is a discount on anything, then I'll tell you about it. Okay, because what happens when we're live is that we are given discounts which we can pass on to everybody who clicks whilst we're live. So that's one good reason for actually being here, is I will tell you when there's a good price to be had. So this is the stand, and rather than you're going to tell me that this is not the best demonstration in the world, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put this full screen, okay, and in a second you'll see something. Okay, so this is the stand that I'm talking about, and rather than me give a demonstration, well, I'm going to give a different demonstration. So I'm going to turn my microphone off for a moment, and for the next couple of minutes we're going to talk about the Apivo. Still me though. This is my Apivo Uplift stand, which I use frequently when I want to show my mobile camera on screen. So let's have a look at the Apivo, and here it is in real life. This is the Apivo stand. It has joints. It has, first of all, it's got a very solid base. This is a very capable, weighty piece of equipment, and it's not going to fall over. It's got a small footprint, and it has two places you can actually adjust. One is there, and the second is there, and you can adjust the stand, and you can see it's very sturdy. You can adjust the stand, and then your camera, which can be an Android or an iPhone, you can just turn it through 360 degrees until you get the picture you want. Now, if you're doing craft demonstrations, if you're doing cooking demonstrations, then the Apivo Uplift is the piece of kit that you should consider, because it is solidly built, it's got a small footprint, it's got two joints which you can adjust, the camera is capable of going through 360 degrees, and I enjoy using it. It's just a solid piece of kit. When you put it down, it won't fall over. Okay, it's very, very sturdy. So the Apivo has my vote, and well, that's it really. I mean, basically what we're looking for in a stand is that it is stable, it can be positioned, and there are two joints on the Apivo Uplift which allow you to do that, and you can just set it and forget it. Simple as that. Okay, and you can do all your demonstration, cooking demonstration, drawing demonstration, craft demonstration. This will hold your camera and it will hold it steady. So the Apivo Uplift is my stand of choice when doing demonstrations on live video. We're back to me, and the Apivo is still around. I think the thing about it is the quality of the build. Okay, now if you go to the Apivo, if you click the link down below and you go to the Apivo Amazon.com page, and it's the normal page, it's not special. Clicking the link takes you direct to the page. You'll get the price that's in the carousel down below, but you'll find out more information about it. But I love it because it is so sturdy, and not only could you use it as a second camera for demonstrations, but you can also use it as a first camera. If you want to go live on your mobile phone and you don't want to accidentally knock it over, then you can adjust it so that the camera is pointing directly at you. That wasn't straight. The camera is pointing directly at you. Okay, and you can see a shiny plate there, which is actually acting as a mirror. So the Apivo stand is one of my favorites. It was recommended to me by Krista Boven in Belgium, a good friend in Belgium. We broadcast together, and she said that it was the best stand she'd ever seen, and I now believe it is the best stand that I've ever seen. It's not the tripod, it's the weight in the base. That's the thing that keeps it solid, and it's metal construction, and it just, well, you could actually play for hours actually just getting the angle just right. Okay, If you do click the link over to the Apivo, what you will find is that there are some docu cams there. So as well as the stand on its own, there are stands with document cameras built in. So if you want to broadcast or you want to film or books or anything, then it comes into its own. So document camera. If you click the link, you'll find out more about the Apivo range. This is not the only one in the range. It is the one I chose. And you'll be able to look at the docu-cams as well. So this is an ideal gift. Again, it's a gift nobody would expect. Okay, people won't expect to be getting a camera stand, but we've all got a mobile phone. Why not have a camera stand to go with it? And this is a quality item, and I use it quite frequently. Okay, so I'm going to put it down because it is akin to weightlifting. You wouldn't believe the weight of it. Okay, so that's down in the carousel at the moment. I'm just putting being dragged over. All right, I've got it down without it falling on the ground. That's good, isn't it? Thank you for watching live on Amazon Live. I do appreciate it. I'm just proud to actually be a Brit broadcasting on Amazon and bringing my approach to the products. Now, 75% of the products down in the carousel I own. So when I talk about them, I can either show you them or talk about them. I know what they can do. I chose them. Okay. And you can find out more by clicking the link in the carousel. Okay. I will occasionally give out specs, but that's only occasionally. What I'm all about is the look and the feel of the individual items and how you can use them. Okay. Now, my next item is one of my favorites, and it had to be. I mean, we're on the run up to Christmas, and this had to make it into this broadcast. Okay, I'm just reaching over. Apologies for going off camera, but I'm not going far. I am here. Okay, this is the case that they actually come in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras again in a second. But this is, what do you think it is? What do you think comes in that case? This is a trick question. What comes in that case? Well, I can tell you by turning it round. Okay, and you can see, I'll put it in front of me. Okay, aftershocks. What are aftershocks? Right, that's an excellent question, which I will attempt to answer once I've basically, just a minute. I've got a question from Corinda. I just want to take that and then I'll carry on. Hopefully we're okay. The aftershocks, yes. Thank you, Corinda. Okay. Right. So okay. Thank you, Corinda. I always get worried. You know that thing when you're live and well, I'm not on pins, as it were, we say in the UK. I'm not waiting for something to go wrong, but in every live broadcast, something goes wrong. So I was expecting Corinda to say I'd forgotten to switch my microphone on again, which sometimes happens, it has to be said. I play a wonderful video, but then I forget to switch my mic back on. And Amazon says, hang on a minute, you're not talking. Right, these, he said proudly, are aftershocks. Okay, now let it be said that aftershocks come in different colors. Okay, so I love this light blue. You could equally well have black, pink, red, green, orange. Well, don't quote me on that, but they do come in a variety of colors to suit. We could actually have different ones to actually suit your mood. Now, the first thing about these is how do they work? Well, first thing is you can see they are over the ear and they don't go anywhere near your ear canal. They are not in the ear headphones. They are over the ear headphones. They're not big cans. They're rather stylish. They work through bone conduction. Now, sound is in waves, okay? And the waves go from here through your bones and you hear them magically, Okay, and the quality of the sound, the quality of playing audio, an MP3 or Spotify or Amazon Music, quality of the music is excellent. You can also play your favorite podcast. But the first thing about these headphones from Aftershocks is that whilst you're listening to your favorite music or podcast, you can hear everything that's going on around you. Okay, now this is important. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that I go walking along the canal. I walk for 6 miles on the canal and then walk 6 miles back wearing these, listening to a podcast. I can hear, because my ears don't have ear plugs in them, I can hear a cyclist coming up behind me, silently, stealthily along the path coming behind me, and I can hear him. And I can move to one side. I can take evasive action. Yeah, since I got these, I've not been knocked over on a canal path. Has to be said. So that's the first thing. You can carry on a conversation. Yeah, you can tune out what you're listening to, and you can speak to somebody next to you. You can hear somebody next to you. That's the big thing. When you're out in traffic, if you're a cyclist, if you're a walker, jogger, runner, or cyclist, you can hear and see everything that's going on. And then you can listen to your music and your podcast at the same time. Okay. So bone conduction, listen to music, listen to what's going on around you. Okay. Aftershocks. The quality of the music is pretty good. And I mean, I just enjoy listening while I'm out walking, doing my steps on the Fitbit. Okay, I can listen to music, I can listen to a podcast, and I've just gone a little bit fuzzy because I moved too quickly. Just give me a second. I'm just going to make one adjustment so I come out of fuzziness. Just give a second. All will be well, trust me. Right, so I should come back. I'm back in focus now. Okay, that's the auto focus. Let's just take a couple of comments from Corinda. And Corinda is saying shocks, SOHKZ is the right one. And Corinda again, are you not playing the video Aftershocks? Okay, I think sometimes that Corinda has read my script. I've got to say, I do this. There is no script. I'm not reading any words of anything. I have no packaging in front of me. I'm just recounting and telling my stories from memory mostly. And just so that I don't miss anything out. In actual fact, Corinda is quite right. If I hide that and I go over here, then in a minute, okay, I'm just waiting for it. I found it. Okay, so these are my earbuds of choice. They're absolutely brilliant. And here to tell you more about them, if I go full screen, here to tell you more about them is not the guy down below. Let's hide him. Okay, there's the picture of the Aftershocks. You're watching Lights, Camera, Action, Amazon Live from Be.Live with Stephen, so that's okay as well, so that can go. Which only leaves us with one thing on screen, and that's the Aftershocks. And here, now I want you to be kind on this, because this is one of the first videos I ever made. Okay, I'm making an increasing number of videos about the products that I actually talk about on Amazon, and this was one of the first ones I did. So I'm going to put it full screen. Okay, and I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play. Aftershocks Trex Titanium headphones are lightweight and very, very effective because they go over, they're open ear, they go over the ear, and that means that whilst you're wearing them, you can hear what's going on. If you've got somebody to the side of you, behind you, you can actually hear what's going on. You can hear the traffic, you can hear all the noises around you, but you can concentrate on the music or the podcast that you're actually playing. Now, they last 6 hours on a 1.5 hour battery charge. You can make and receive phone calls. They are practical. They're coated, so they are rainproof and sweatproof. I use them daily, and they're just good sound, and quite probably the best headphones that I've actually tried, because I've tried many over the years, wired. These are Bluetooth, but wired, unwired, and these are the best that I've actually found, because they are so simple, easily rechargeable. They pair on Bluetooth, simple and straightforward. Making phone calls is straightforward. You can voice dial. Receiving calls you can do with one button. So if you're looking for a pair of headphones and you do go out and about and you go walking, jogging, running or cycling, then these are the headphones that you should actually consider, because they are so well crafted and practical and good quality. Thank you for listening. Still wearing them. Okay. Because they are so light. Take them off is easy. Putting them back on is easy. They are so light. They're made out of, well, they are waterproof. And this time of year, when you go out walking, it could be raining or snowing. So these are ideal for going out in the rain and snow. And the quality of build is good. The sound is good. And as I mentioned in the video, you can receive phone calls. So you pair these headphones with your mobile phone, whether it be Android or iPhone. Basically, switch this on, go to your phone, go to Bluetooth, and you'll see aftershocks. Click connect. That's it. Okay. And then anytime you switch your aftershocks on, you've got your phone on, they will pair. Okay, so if you've got a call that comes through on your phone, you can just press answer and you've got it in your headset. Okay, and it's a microphone built in. You can conduct a conversation, and at the end of the conversation, you can hang up. The other thing you can do is basically you can voice dial. Okay, there is the ability to use virtual assistants like Siri and to voice dial any number that you want. And again, you just speak the number is dialed and you connected, and then you carry on the conversation. At the end, you just click to actually forget it. There are some controls on the headset that actually control how loud it is. You can turn it up and down, or if you're listening to music on Spotify or Amazon Music, then you can click for the next track. Okay, everything's in the headphones. They are very well constructed, and they have good speakers in them, and they are of course rechargeable. You just need, I've trapped it, just a minute. Okay, you just need, I wanted to show you a USB to USB connector to recharge it. So, and it recharges, and then you're out and about and you can walk about. If you want to know more, click the link down in the carousel. That will take you over to the aftershocks page. Again, as with the Fitbit, there are a range of aftershocks products. You can choose the ones to suit you. But if you're active, if you're out and about, if you're going to the gym, if you're walking, running, jogging, or cycling, aftershocks for the win is my best bet. Aftershocks for the win. Okay, so I'm going to take this off screen now, so my name will disappear, and we're back to me. And I'm going to, every so often, I'm going to be checking my iPad. Okay, now the iPad is down in the carousel, and basically I've got to say I love my iPad, but I can just use it to flick on to the next item. Okay, now I can't show you this item, and I can't show you this item because you're actually watching the results of it at the moment. The next item in my carousel is a Logitech Brio camera. Now, Logitech Brio camera is the top of the Logitech range. Okay, so it's right at the top of the range. I'm just making some adjustments in my studio. It is the top of the range of cameras from Logitech. Now, Logitech have the lion's share of the webcam market. And most people start off with, I mean, you start off with your camera built into your PC or Mac. Then you want another camera and you go for Logitech C920, which is down the carousel. And then when you're happy with the C920, you upgrade to the Brio. Now the Brio is a 4K camera, wide angle lens, and you can have 65, 78 or 90, 75 or 90 degrees wide, okay? And you can broadcast in 1080 or 720p. Now you can see the quality of the camera because you're actually watching me now. And that's the best demonstration I can give you of the camera. I could show you the camera, but that doesn't mean anything. You've actually been watching me live on a Logitech Brio camera since you actually joined the conversation. Logitech they're the standard, okay? Logitech cameras are the standard. The Brio is the top end of that standard. As I say, it can go at 4K, it can go at 1080, it can go at 720. I got mine about 18 months ago. I plugged it in, USB cable, and I've not looked back really. It doesn't take any maintenance whatsoever. Now, there is a piece of software which I'm going to find now. Just give me a second. It'll be worth it. Just right. Okay. There is a piece of software. When you get the camera, okay, you want to go, and this is any Logitech camera. Any Logitech camera. You bought the camera, the software's free. Okay. If you go to logitech.com and you don't download Logitech Capture, then you have total control over your camera. You can, and I apologize for this, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can come back, you can pan left, and that's not panning, I know, you can pan right, okay, and you can pan up and down. You can adjust the brightness, the contrast, the colorways. Anything in connection with the camera can be controlled through Logitech Capture, and it's free. So there's no reason at all not to get it. Go get it. Not now, because we're actually on Amazon Live. But if you've got a Logitech camera, any Logitech camera, be it a C920, 922, 925, 930, or a Brio near the top of the range, then do look at the Logitech Capture software. Go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture, download it to your computer, it installs, it will recognize your camera, and it will enable you to actually control your camera so that you can zoom in and out. All sorts of wonderful things can be done using Logitech Capture. Back over to the carousel. Okay, and thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. Now, as I said, the Logitech Brio is the top of the camera range. If you've got somebody who's already got an external camera, then they would love the Logitech Brio. Okay, its specs are good, the quality is good, the build quality is good, the actual picture is excellent. Okay, as you're witnessing now, hopefully, fingers crossed. If you've got somebody who's just started out with live video and they're thinking about live video, this is a first camera. This is the camera that everybody gets when they're starting to live broadcast, and that is, and I've got one upstairs on my second computer. It's a Logitech C920. Logitech C920, 1080, 720, great camera to start off with. And again, Logitech Capture software works with the 920. Yeah, you can get that software and control your 920. It's the beginner's camera. Okay, it is, but it is a quality camera. It's not, it's a Logitech camera. I mean, that says a lot. It is a quality Logitech camera, and it's plug and play, so it's USB connector. Plug it into your PC or Mac. Your PC or Mac will recognize it straight away because this is a well-established camera, and then you can actually use it in your live broadcasts or in your Zoom calls. Now, every camera that I'm talking to you about, that's the Brio and the 920, work with Zoom. Okay, they work with Zoom. Zoom, in the last 20 months, Zoom's changed the world. More and more people are actually on live video. And if you're looking for a camera to improve your online presence when you're at a Zoom meeting, then you can do no better than to start off with Logitech C920X. It does everything that you need and more. And with the Logitech Capture software, you've got total control over. And with Logitech Capture software, what you can actually do is you can, well, effectively, you can take yourself off camera for a minute and put yourself back on. So if you're on a Zoom meeting and you decide you've got to take a phone call, I'll put that as an example, then you can change your picture to a static picture, take your call, and then come back. And you've not left the meeting, you've just been static on screen for a couple of minutes, and your call is answered. So it's practical, and that the Brio can do that as well. You can actually go off camera, put an image up, and then come back. Okay, that's with the Logitech Capture software. And Logitech camera software simply lets you have two feeds. One is your camera, second is an image, and you can flick between the two, toggle switch really. And that allows you to actually leave the meeting, but not leave the meeting, if you know what I mean. Okay, you are watching, and thank you for watching. Oh, no, the wrong button. Okay, if everything goes right in the broadcast, something's wrong. I keep telling myself that. It's somewhat reassuring. Okay, you're watching Stephen Healey from the UK. I'm based in Devizes in Wiltshire, which is about 120 miles from London, but about 25 miles from Stonehenge. So that's where I am. Now I'm talking about items down the carousel, which I own and can show you some of. I've made videos about some of them, which you've already seen, and we're going to go on to our next item in the carousel. Okay, now before, one of the things that we all need is, you start with the internal microphone, you then need an external microphone, because that's the natural progression to actually improve the quality of your broadcast. Down in the carousel is the Audio Technica AT2020, which is my microphone, and you are listening to the Audio Technica AT2020. It's about 3 feet away from me, and just give me a moment. I'm just looking for something, and when I find it, I will show you, hopefully in a second. Just changing something over. Bear with me a moment, and all will be revealed, or not. That seems to have slowed down a bit. I'll check that out when I'm playing the next video. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back. We're back. So the next time, it is the Audio Technica microphone, and you've been listening to it, so you know the quality of the microphone. The only way to judge a microphone is to actually listen to it, and you've been listening to the Audio Technica AT2020 since you actually started watching the broadcast and press the unmute button. Okay, thank you for pressing the unmute button. And if you want to say hello, do say hello. Yeah, I mean, I come from a background where we've been broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch from my website. And that is a totally interactive experience because people actually comment. If you've got anything to say, if you just want to say hello, then please do. If you've got any questions about live broadcasting, ask. If you've got any questions about mobile broadcasting, ask. If you've got any questions about broadcasting to your website, then please do ask. I shall do my best to answer your questions. So the Audio Technica microphone is down in the carousel. I just want to go back a little bit. I want to say thank you to everybody watching me live. Down the carousel, featured item, left-hand corner, is Logitech C920X. Ideal present for somebody who's starting broadcasting, and today it is 14% off at $59.99. Logitech Brio, which is what you're looking at the moment, is featured item down the carousel, and today, wow, incredible. Once you're watching this live broadcast, if you click that link, you'll get 30% off. Okay, Black Friday, Cyber Monday have gone, but there's 30% off the Logitech Brio camera today, and it is towards the top of the range of the Logitech cameras. And remember, you can use Logitech Capture software with it. Okay, the aftershocks. Do you remember the aftershocks? Okay, you remember the aftershocks, of course you do. I'm going to go over there. Headphones down the carousel at the moment, they are 25% off. Okay, so, and if you click the link, it'll take you to the page. That's the price you pay, and you can look at the other items in the range. This is one of a range of headphones from Aftershocks, and they're brilliant. They're bone conduction. They don't go in your ear. They cannot irritate your ear canal because they don't go in your ear canal. They are light. They are great quality sound, whether you're playing music or listening to a podcast. They just simply work. Okay, so they're 25% off. I'm just checking the other prices. Okay, and we looked at the Fitbit Inspire, which is a way to keep fit and a great present for anybody who's looking to get healthy in 2022. That at the moment is 30% off. So instead of $99.95, if you click the link in the carousel, it's $69.95. Okay, and I want to say hello to hello back, welcome back, and somebody who watches several of my broadcasts, Miller, Mr. Miller or Ms. Miller. Welcome back. I do recognize your name and thank you for commenting. As I say, comments make the world go round. Right, okay. And Corinda's prompting me with what is a Kindle. Kindle is a device for, okay, let's take my name off for a second because then you know who I am now. A Kindle. I don't have my Kindle. Good timing, Corinda. I've got a Kindle down in carousel, but basically a Kindle is an e-reader. So it's to read books. Can somebody help me here? A Kindle is a way of reading books. You've got physical books. Okay. Here's a book. You give me an in there, Corinda. Here's a book that's not down in the carousel. And this is a success journal for German learners written by my partner Angelica. Okay, it's available on Amazon. Okay, and it's fresh, it's new. My partner Angelica has over 20 books now on Amazon, all about learning the German language. And if you want to check those out, then please do. This is a physical book. An ebook is on a device, and the Kindle is a device for reading books. Okay, and I do have the Kindle down the carousel. I can't show you at the moment. What I can show you, just by way of compensation, I'll put this down because this, if I started this show with a script, the script has disappeared. So anything can happen now. One of the best devices that Amazon themselves have produced is the Amazon Fire HD, which is down in the carousel. Let's try and find it in the carousel. And it is Mr. Myler, Mr. Millie. I don't. Okay. I'm going to go off script, which happens occasionally, to try and get to the bottom of this. Just give me a second. I know I've got it somewhere in the carousel. Okay. Or have I? Darn. Oh, yes, I have. Okay. This is the Fire HD, and it's probable, that's me behind that. This is the Fire HD, which is the highlighted item down in the carousel. I'm just about to switch it on, and it's switching on. So that means it must charge. You've got to charge them. But this is also a Kindle reader. It can read books that you've got on your Kindle. But in addition to that, you can use it to use Amazon Prime. So videos, newspapers, anything, games, everything is actually on the Amazon Fire. As you can see, it's highlighting and saying Fire as it actually starts. And you've got a reflection of the wall behind me, or reflection of what's in front of me in actual fact. And it's starting up now. And oh, it's 78%, 9% charged. If I click that in a second, it's still starting up. Okay, thank you for the interruption, Corinda. Well, we're back on track in a minute. I'm just waiting for this to come up. Okay. Oh, good. Right. Okay. This is the Amazon Fire, and as you can see, you can have a background picture of your own choice. The painting that you're looking at is by Monet, and I'm trying to get rid of the reflection. But you've got the ability to actually read books, watch films, and it is a brilliant device. You can control one of the items I'm going to look at in a minute. It is a bargain. I'm going to tell you why it's a bargain. It's got all those functions. And today it is 33% off. It is $69.99 as opposed to $104.99. It is a wonderful gadget. I mean, if you compare this to buying an iPad or an Android tablet, then it's a bargain. If you want to get your children into computing, if they're not already into computing, then the Amazon Fire is a great place to actually start because you've got controls on it. And if I go and click there, I'm just waiting for it to come up. It should come up. Okay, and I want to be able to answer, hopefully in a second, be able to answer. I'm waiting for it. I think I've pressed the wrong button somewhere. Does that happen to you? You actually press the wrong button on something. Okay. All right, I'm going to try and go closer to the camera, Corinda, but you can see that is an ebook. Okay, so you're reading a book, and that's the Amazon Fire version of Kindle. And I blocked out the light there, and the light changed. Okay, I'm going to attempt now to put the Fire HD down and get back on the script. Okay, hope I answered your question, Corinda. And again, thank you to Mr. Miller or Myler for correcting me, sort of. Okay, so let's go back over here. We're going back to the front. We've done the Fitbit. We've done the aftershocks. We've done the cameras. We've done the Audio Technica. Right, okay. Now we're going to go for something completely different. I just need to make an adjustment. If you bear with me a second, I've got it. Okay, and I just need to go here and to go here. And hopefully that will change in a second. Just bear with me. Yeah, we got it. Okay, and I should be able to find it. Should stand out. I always put too much in this. Oh, there it is. Okay. And if I take myself off solo, hide the second me, take myself off solo. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is there. It's the Treblab HD77 speaker, which is down in the carousel. Okay. And I do want to say at this point, as before I carry on with this section of the broadcast, that I am grateful. I'm just saying this so we all know. The product was supplied to me by Treblab for my use and review. Now, Treblab are an American company. They are an innovative, pretty clever company, and they design audio equipment for outdoor and indoor use, the emphasis being on outdoor. And this, to the right of me, is a portable wireless speaker. But it's not just any portable wireless speaker. This is a rugged, high quality sound portable speaker. This is the kind of speaker that you would actually take with you when you climb Mount Everest, because it's got a carabiner, so you can attach it. Okay, for mere mortals, you can actually attach a lanyard as well, carrying cable. Okay, so that's a photograph of it. Now, there's only one thing I can't do. I can show you. Nope, that's not it. Oh, good. Okay, right. I'm gonna start again. I'm going to start again. Okay, but you know this is the Treblab. Okay, this is a Treblab HD77 speaker. It's no bigger than a can of Coke, but it packs 25 watts of power. Now, a normal room is filled by 20 watts. This is 25 watts of sound power. It is beautifully engineered. On the top, should I switch to my second camera? On the top, you have an embossed row. You've got power on and off. Press it for 3 seconds. Press it for 3 seconds. And you get LEDs either end to show it's actually powered up. So this is now powered up. 3 of the buttons allow you, I'm making a sound. 3 of the buttons, decrease volume, increase volume, pause, next track, track before. Okay, so just 4 buttons to actually control it. On the bottom of the speaker, you have a compartment, and you've got to want to open this. You have a compartment, and it's the charging compartment into which you can put your USB to USB, sorry, USB-A, USB-C cable, and you can recharge it. Okay. Now, if you give this a 4-hour charge, it will last 20 hours, which is very impressive. It is a Bluetooth speaker, which means that you can pair this with your Android phone, your iPhone, your iPad, your Android tablet, or your desktop. Okay, you can pair it with all those. I want to put this cable down now, don't I? I don't need, I told you what it is. But if you put that back in, you can see the seal is very tight. And the reason the seal is very tight is that this unit is waterproof. Now, I've watched other reviewers before I came and did my own review. I've watched other reviewers review this item, and they have put it into a bucket of water. Okay. It came out of the bucket of water and it was still working. So it is waterproof, sweat-proof and waterproof, and highly portable. It doesn't weigh too much. It's got a grill all around, and it's made out of ABS plastic, designed in the USA by Treblab for outside use. Now, the idea is that you can take this portable speaker anywhere with you. Now, and you just switch it on, pair it with your phone, job's done. And the pairing is simple and straightforward. You switch this on, go to your phone, go to Bluetooth, you'll see HD77 as an option, click connect, that's it. And then your phone, your Spotify or Amazon Music on your phone will play through onto this speaker. This speaker goes to 11. Okay, now if you get the Spinal Tap reference there, this is a speaker that goes to 11. What you have is a speaker at the front and a speaker at the back. This is 360 degrees of sound. So anybody stood in a circle can actually hear the podcast or the music that you're actually playing. There are 2 subwoofers, one at either side of the device. And when the device is playing, the subwoofers vibrate. Now, my idea was they should actually do a light show at the same time, but that's not very practical, is it? So the subwoofers at each end, and they actually vibrate. So let's come back to me. Okay, so gone from the demonstration cam back to me. Okay, so this is a very powerful unit, 12.5 watts at either end, giving a total of 25 watts, which is way in advance of filling a room. It would fill your room. Okay, you turn this up to 11, and the reproduction is absolutely first class. They've dropped a few of the highs and a few of the lows, but the quality is, well, it's just crisp and clean, and the bass is good. Yeah, the bass on this is very good. This is one of the things about portable speakers. How good is the bass? Well, the bass on this is good. Okay. When I'm not actually broadcasting, I actually have this switched on, linked to my iPad, and I'm playing Amazon Music, and it is just such good quality. And I can just flick over the Amazon Music and just change tracks, change albums. I can use this to actually change tracks, and it sits It sits in, I can't show you, it sits in front of my keyboard. Okay, so it's my own personal speaker. But the thing is, it's rugged, and it is designed for outdoor use. If you go out and about, you can take the speaker with you. You've got a 20-hour charge from 4 hours of charging, and you can take it with you anywhere. You can play it anywhere. Now, Angelica's son and daughter are not around at Christmas, so we had a Christmas party this weekend, and this was the guest at the Christmas party. I set the speaker up in the lounge, yeah, so it's just in the lounge, and I said to Satish, can you pair your phone with that speaker? Now, there's no password involved with Bluetooth, you just connect. So Satish paired his phone with the Bluetooth speaker, this one, and I said, right, okay, can you play your favorite playlist? And he did. So we heard Satish's playlist. Okay. When Satish had finished, Martin paired with the same speaker, and we listened to Martin's playlist. Yeah? So this can be a guest at your party, because you can ask your real guests to just pair their Bluetooth on their phones with the speaker, and they can play their playlist, and you get party music all night long, and everybody gets a chance to take part in it, because and you can actually tell them in advance. You say, right, I need a 5-song playlist, bring it with you, and it will become part of the party. All sorts of things are possible. This is so well, it's made in, well, it's designed in the USA. It comes in its box, and just a minute. I'm hoping to actually get this right way up. Okay, that's the box it comes in. It's shockproof, it's waterproof. You can take a pair of these speakers and they will pair with each other. Yeah. So in terms of, get the first one, make sure that one works okay, and then go on and get a second one. I just want to say thank you to Treblab for actually supplying me with this. I'm now going to turn it off. If you have any questions about these, then please do ask. I can see a comment that's actually come through on my iPad. Just give me a moment while I put this safely down. It has a flat base, so it's gone on the desk, knocking other things over, but it's on the desk, and I've got a comment on Amazon, which I'm going to take now. And I'm being directed. And Daniel, welcome. And Daniel saying thank you for the review. And Corinda is saying that I should speak about Lottie next. Okay, I will speak about Lottie, but I've got other things to do first, if you don't mind. I'll just have a sequence in which I'm doing things. So that's my first Treblab item. My second Treblab item, which is down the carousel now, is the Treblab X3 Pro. Okay, let's go over to camera 2. Okay, so we're now over at camera 2. These are X3 Pro earbuds from Treblab, again designed in the USA by Treblab, who are part of Product Tech. This is the charging case, and you have on the back of the case the ability, this is count to 5. This is the charging case, and you have the ability to plug in your USB-A to USB-C cable and to charge it. When you charge this case will charge with 40 hours of charge on it. Okay. Inside the case sit your earbuds. Okay, and you can see, if I get the camera angle right, you can see the 2 earbuds. So in the case, and all the time in the case they are charging. So when you take them out, they are fully charged. Okay, I'll put the case down. So the case is over there. Okay, this is the earbud. The first thing is that the tail, that's the tail that wagged the dog, the tail there is made out of very, very soft plastic. So when you put it behind your ear, it doesn't, there's no chafing, none at all. This is very, very soft. The earbud itself in the box with the earbud are 3 different buds. Let's call them buds. So you've got large, medium, and small. You can actually interchange them, and then the controls for the earbud are there. Okay, that's the volume control, next track control, all sorts of controls, and they just go over your ear. Now, this is not, I'm not the world, have you probably decided by now, I am not the world's best demonstrator. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, and that's after a struggle, that's in place. Let's go for broke. Let's go for the second one. Right, now, again, when watching reviews of this item, I've actually seen people put these into a glass of water. Okay, they put them in the glass of water. Okay, they sit in your ear canal. You put them in a glass of water, and they came out, and they still worked. These are sweat-proof and waterproof. They are ideal for the gym, because in the gym you only need one of them. They will not. I have lost count of the number of as I said earlier, the number of earbuds I've lost. I will never lose these. These fit perfectly. I've been wearing these for 2 and 3 hours at a time, and I forget they're there. And it's the quality of the sound. The quality is first class. Okay, you've got the full range. They are beautifully engineered. I forget I'm wearing them. The quality of the sound is so good. Again, pairing. These would show up as X3 Pro on your iPhone, your Android phone, your iPad, or your Android tablet, or even your desktop. These will show up as X3 Pro. You just switch them on, press connect on your device, the 2 pair up, and then you can play a podcast or you can play music on your mobile device or on your desktop and the headphones. Now, there is with these headphones something rather, well, I did invent this. This is called the partner test. Okay, this is my test. I've not heard of it before. Okay. I was playing the Rolling Stones through these headphones, and the sound of Getting Satisfaction was well, blew me away, really. So I'm listening to Rolling Stones, and the volume it was high, but it wasn't too high. And I went in to speak to Angelica, and I only had one question, and my question was, can you hear what I'm listening to? And I stood right next to Angelica, and Angelica said, no. I said, you can't tell me which track I'm listening to. No, can't hear a thing. With these earbuds in, whilst I could carry on a conversation with Angelica, Angelica could not hear the loud booming music that was coming through these earbuds. So the partner test is, for earbuds, can your partner hear what you're playing? Okay, which means these earbuds are ideal for, they're waterproof and sweatproof. They're ideal for the outdoors. They're ideal for walking, jogging, running, cycling, or going to the gym. They won't fall out. You won't lose one. And they pass the partner test. So that means that you can go on a coach or on the train or on a plane. You can wear these buds, which have got a 9-hour charge in them, and you won't be heard by anyone. Okay. Right, just one thing to be wary of, which is connected with the partner test, really. So your partner can't hear you, okay, but you can hear the loud music. Now, this gives a problem, because when I asked Angelica, can you hear what I'm playing? I actually shouted. And I shouted because I was talking over the top of the music. Yeah. I took the earbuds out, my voice returned to normal. But just when you're actually talking to somebody, it's probably a lot better if you start off in a whispering voice until you actually find the level that they can actually hear you out. So you're not actually shouting at them. Because if you've got loud music playing in your ears, then the temptation is to talk over the loud music. Okay, so this is the Treblab X3 Pro. As with all things, as with all things, I'm going to focus again. Just let me get back in focus. Okay. Okay, so let me pick my camera. Let me take that off because this is not part of the partner test. I should return to normal in a second. I've gone fuzzy. Let's just try once more and see if we can remove the fuzziness. Okay. There's something I could do, but I'm loath to actually do it. It looks okay there. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I've got to adjust the camera. I know what's happened. I just want the quickest way of fixing it whilst I'm actually live, because otherwise you're going to think I'm out of focus, which I am. Let's just try once more. We'll get this. We'll get this. It's all part of going live. If everything goes perfect in a live broadcast, then something is wrong. Right. Okay. See, that was worth doing. Right. As a live broadcaster, don't ever panic. Okay. There is always a solution. My solutions then were twofold. My camera was out of focus. If I'd been on a broadcast with somebody else, I would have said, the show is yours, refresh the browser tab, been back in perfect clarity. But if you're broadcasting on your own and the screen goes blank, then people wonder what's going on. So rather than do that, what I did was I selected a different camera, which you saw momentarily, then reselected this camera, which automatically brought back the focus. Where were we? Oh, we were here. Okay. This is the box that the X3 Pro comes in. And just a hint, if you do get this item, that it is a side opening. Okay, so it opens on the side and then you have the case, and that's where the charging case came and the accessories as well. But the accessories are the charging cable and the lanyard for actually, yeah, okay. I probably got the products confused. X3 Pro, waterproof, great sound, pass the partner test, pair with anything that's Bluetooth. So there you have it. That's the Treblab X3 Pro. Okay, and okay, where shall we go from here? And I'm going to go. Okay, I've got a director of this show today. Okay, I just want to talk about a friend's book for a moment. I'll find it in the carousel. Okay, again, this is an ideal Christmas present. I've got a copy up in my on my bookshelves. The book is called I want to get the title right. The book is called Confidence on Camera, and it's by Lottie Hearn. Now, Lottie is a great friend of Corinda, and myself, and she lives in Ireland. She's been broadcasting for longer than anybody. I mean, I've been broadcasting for 6 years. And I bought Lottie's book 3 years ago when I wanted to improve my on-screen presence. You've got to work out exactly how you want to look on screen. You've got to be comfortable on camera. You've got to be confident on camera. When we start off on camera, we tend to be small, and then we get bigger and bigger, bigger, until you get to being right in front of the camera. Okay, but sit back so that people can enjoy the scenery. This book takes you from having no broadcasting experience to being confident on camera. It talks about presentation, it talks about your voice, it talks about your style. It leads you step by step from being a non-broadcaster to being a broadcaster. Lottie started her broadcast career in Hong Kong in 1992, and she worked on children's television. So she worked with children and with animals, which is the two things you should never broadcast with. But Lottie did it anyway because that's Lottie's way. If Lottie sees something to be done, she will do it. She's a great friend to everybody in the broadcasting community, very knowledgeable, very good at sharing her time. And in this book, she shares her expertise. Okay. Now, if you go over to my YouTube channel, Stephen Healey YouTube, then you will see videos that we have actually made with Lottie. Okay. Right. That's Corinda happy. Okay. So I've talked about the book, and Corinda, we've talked about a lot of things so far today. And I think that sort of quieted it down a little bit. So I'll come back to me. We've talked about the Treblab HD77, so I'm going to hide the second me, and it's down in the carousel. The Treblab is, I just love actually using the speaker, and we've talked about a whole range of things today. And before I wind up this broadcast, there is just one thing I want to talk about. So I'm going to look now and see what else we can talk about. If something in the carousel you'd like to know more about, let's go back here. If there is something in the carousel you would like to know more about, then please do ask. As I want to thank Daniel, Corinda, and Mr. Miller or Mr. Myler for actually commenting today. If you have any questions, then please do ask down in the carousel. Okay, and I'm going to close with, I'm going to try and find something which is actually on discount. Okay. Now, we all know that the parts of a computer are the base, which is the processor, the screen, the keyboard, and the mouse. What's down in the carousel now is the present for somebody who has everything. It's a Microsoft mouse. I love this mouse. Ever since I bought it, it's performed beautifully, because I bought it 2 years ago. It's performed beautifully. It is, I'll show you my mouse. Okay, at the risk of destroying the set, I am going to show you, because I don't have a video about it. It's very difficult to actually make a video about it. This is the Microsoft Arc mouse. Okay, and I'm using it because I can't actually change. And you can see it's an Arc, which is why it's called the Arc mouse. Now, to switch it off, you go like that. And there you have a Microsoft flat mouse. So switching on and off is so simple and so straightforward. But what I love about this is the styling. It just fits in the palm of your hand. Okay, and I'm going to put it in that hand. Okay, it fits in, and put my hand there. It fits in the palm of your hand. This is the gift for somebody who's got everything. This is a high quality, great mouse. When you're holding it, it is very sensitive to touch. Left and right mouse buttons. You can see that it's actually powered because of the blue light, and you can switch it off by going like that. It's now off. Okay, there's no light, it's gone. And I just switch it back on. And it's just the sound, you can't hear it. But I just realized that you can't hear it because I'm using noise cancellation. When you actually switch it on off, it makes a beautiful clunk, a clunk sound. But I love the style of it. I love stylish things, and the Microsoft mouse is stylish. Also, the Microsoft mouse today is 35% off. So if you want to buy that special gift for someone for $51.99, then the Microsoft mouse is definitely a candidate. It is the one that they will appreciate getting because of the sheer quality of the build and the fact that it just fits in the palm of your hand. And it's got a blue light. I mean, come on. It's got everything I should have. And it's very, very sensitive. And left and right mouse buttons are absolutely brilliant. Okay, so that's the Microsoft mouse. And then I've got to put it down It is quite tame. I've got to put it down because I actually use it during this broadcast. So the mouse is back down. It's still in the carousel. If you're interested in any items in the carousel, please do click the link, and that will take you to the Amazon.com page for that item. You'll pay the price that's in my carousel. The price that's in my carousel is only available whilst I'm live. And this is a 5-minute warning. If you're looking through the carousel, you see something you like, click it now. Because I'm going to finish this broadcast. It's a new feature. In 4 minutes, I will close this broadcast and the prices stop then. Okay. So it's best that I tell you that the following items are on discount. And I just want to say thank you for watching me on Amazon Live today. I do appreciate the time that you spent with me. I appreciate the comments that have been made as well. And I'm just watching, and I'm going to say goodbye for now. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon.